Think we are live. Hello, everyone. Come on in. Super excited to be doing virtual bedtime stories with Burst Into Books. Come on in. Hope that everyone is doing well. Hope that everyone had an amazing day. Maybe in the chat you can drop, how was your day? How are you doing? How are you feeling today? Before we get started. Oops. Okay, I think we're ready. I think we are live. Awesome sauce. So good evening, everyone, and I want to welcome you to Bedtime Stories with Burst Into Books. I am Mariah Newsome, and I am so thrilled to be your guest reader this evening. Okay, the instructions for the night are quite simple. You're going to grab your favorite pre-bedtime snack and drink. When you see my Bitmoji character and prompt come on the screen, do what it says. No, seriously, I can't see you, but I'll know if you're doing it or not. Number 3, I want you to have fun. No one likes to bore and read aloud, right? Right. And then number 4, try your best to answer the questions as they come. So we're going to be reading a story today called Brothers of the Night. It is written by the Debbie Allen, and it is illustrated by Kadir Nelson. That means Kadir was the one who drew the pictures. So let's celebrate some Black excellence this evening. Once upon a time, in a little village called Harlem, that's in New York City, there lived a man, Reverend Knight, spelled with a K, like knight in shining armor. And like a knight, he was a very good man, a leader in the community who preached a powerful sermon every Sunday. He lived with his 12 sons, whom he loved with all his heart. There's Reverend Knight, then there's Brooke, Bobby, Joe, Snacky, Gerald and Jackie, Teeny Tiny Tappin' Theo, Lazy Leo, Big Fat Raoul, likes to act a fool, Billy and Willie, Michael, head of the clan, a ladies' man. And their big dog, Happy. That's me. That's right. I'm a talking dog. It's a magical story. You didn't say anything when that pig was talking in that movie. Shh, quiet. Reverend Knight raised his sons with a firm, loving hand. But a lot was going on that couldn't be explained. Well, the trouble all started, and I should tell you, when you see the question come on the screen, I want you to try your best to answer it. You can answer it in the chat, or you can answer it out loud in your home, or maybe even in your head. This question is a cause and effect question. The cause is the reason, and the effect is what happens. So as you hear me read, I want you to think about, what is the effect of the brothers' shoes being torn up every morning? Here we go. Well, the trouble all started when every housekeeper Reverend Knight hired either quit or got fired. Why? Because every morning the brothers' shoes would be torn to threads, messed up, torn up, stinky, dirty, tacky, jacked up. You get the picture. And you know, they tried to blame it on me. Oh, the dog did it. The dog. What did I want with some old stinking shoes? And let me tell you, that little one's feet smell worse than all of them. Woo! Here's another question. I want you to make a prediction. As you hear me read, what do you think happens to the boys' shoes at night? Reverend Knight gave all the nannies a key to lock the brothers in at night. Lizzie, the last nanny, even tried putting slip and slide wax on the floor. So if anybody got up in the middle of the night, they'd make a lot of noise. The only noise we heard was when her big butt fell down and broke the floor. Well, that's another story. But every night, Not one peep could be heard from the brothers' room, and they would be sound asleep the next morning. Still, every morning, their shoes would be torn to threads, messed up, torn up, stinky, dirty, tacky, jacked up. And if you ask the boys about their shoes, they say they slept all night, but they have fun in their dreams. Reverend was at his wits' end. Ugh. People came from far and wide to hear his sermons, and yet he couldn't solve the problems in his own home. One day, Reverend Knight put a big 2-page ad in Jet magazine. Wanted. Housekeeper, experience with boys 7 to 17. Bonus trip to Jamaica if torn up shoes mystery is solved. Yep, I can read too. When the brothers and Reverend Knight returned home from church, a small woman dressed in bright colors was waiting on their doorstep. She talked like a sweet bird. Said, I've come to help with the boys. My name is Sunday, Sweet Sunday, because I bake pies and cakes. She had lots of energy, and all her belongings fit in one small bag that was so heavy. Even Reverend couldn't pick it up. Sunday took one look at the house, opened her bag, and pulled out all kinds of mops and brooms. She put the brothers to work cleaning, dusting, waxing, mopping, washing windows till they sparkled and shined. The brothers didn't like it one bit. Here's another question. While I'm reading, I want you to be thinking about this. Maybe you can even make a prediction and drop it in the chat. Will the boys make Sunday quit? Or will she stay? Let's see. Reverend Knight liked her very much. Oh, talk about cooking! Her smothered chicken, sweet potato biscuits, and lemon crunch cookies were jump up and down, slap your own self in the face good. After dinner that night, with the brothers eavesdropping on the grown folks' conversation, Reverend confided that he really hoped that she could solve the mystery of the torn up shoes. Something going on that the boys won't tell me. Sunday, taking him by the hand, replied, Rest your mind, Reverend. I'm sure the brothers will learn to trust me and tell me everything. Reverend sighed and leaned back on the couch with a big old smile on his face. The brothers weren't having any of it. The oldest, Michael, said, Let's put her to the test, just like all the rest. The brothers put their hands together and made a pact. Oh, girls gotta go. The brothers slept together in one long bed. Soon as Reverend tucked them in that evening and said goodnight, the door was locked. Sunday went right to sleep on the other side of the door. She was snoring like a little bear when the cookie man sneaked through the secret doorway in their bed. Party time, he yelled, sounding like an elf, because that's exactly what he was. The brothers, tiptoeing quietly, got dressed, grabbed their dancing canes, and sneaked out through the secret doorway. They didn't know that Sunday had been sleeping with one eye open. She pulled a magic scarf that made her invisible out of her small bag and followed along. The brothers danced their way across the rooftops, stepping and stomping. The moon gave everything a magical glow, as if they were dancing on the Milky Way. Here's another opportunity to make a prediction. Even though she's invisible, will the boys find out that Sunday is following them? Still invisible, Sunday followed them down a fire escape, down a shiny pole to the big band ballroom, the liveliest dance spot in the world. The girls were already there, waiting for their brothers to show. Ooh, talk about a party! All right, I need you to get up and I need you to dance. I need you to get up and move like you're in the big band ballroom. Keep moving. Keep grooving. What dances are you doing? By the end of the night, everybody's shoes were torn to threads, messed up, torn up, stinky, dirty, tacky, jacked up. And just before the sun came up, they all dashed out of the ballroom. Run, 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 run. Hurry up and get back before the boys catch you. I need you to go run. Start running. Sunday ran ahead of them, crossed the rooftops. The brothers followed. Sunday hurried through the secret passage. And by the time the brothers got back, she was snoring like a little bear on the other side of the door. Whew, we made it. That was close, y'all. The brothers piled their worn-out shoes in front of their bed and went to sleep. Sunday snuck back into the room. Swirling her magic scarf, she said, "Whoo, great googa mooga sugar booga." And she made the torn-up shoes vanish and brand new ones appear. Every night for a month, the brothers would sneak out to the ballroom. Every night Sunday, invisible in her magic scarf, would follow. And every morning, their shoes would sparkle brand new. They checked to make sure she was sleeping before they left after they got home. And there she was, snoring like a little bear. They knew she'd been following them, but they didn't know how. Their father was just plain happy. The house was never cleaner, he never ate better, and neither did I. And there were no more torn up shoes. Best of all, Sunday's sweetness was working a little magic on him. How do you keep their shoes so clean? He'd ask her, looking a little starry-eyed. And she'd answer, "Oh, I just stay close to them without getting in their way." Finally, the brothers waited for Sunday and got in her face. Michael said, "We know you've been following us." Theo begged, please don't tell Dad." Sunday said, "Boys, why do you keep this from him when he loves you so much?" Michael answered, "Dad would never approve of us dancing like that. It doesn't fit with his image in the community." Sunday said, "How do you know? You've never even talked with him about it." Then Tiny Theo piped up, "Grown-ups are too old. You don't get kids what we really like. Besides, none of you can dance anyway." Joe echoed, "Yeah, Monday, you can't dance." "My name is not Monday," she replied. "Tuesday, whatever," said Joe, as the brothers busted their sides laughing. Well, Sunday broke into a dance routine that went from Jimmy Slide to Fred Astaire to Bob Fosse all the way to Michael Jackson. She kicked, jumped, and twirled all over that room. Taught us all a thing or two. That's right, I like to dance too. The brothers could hardly keep up with her and laughed like crazy trying. And that did it, y'all. They were friends. That night, when the boys went to the ballroom, Sunday went too, and she didn't bother to wear her magic scarf. At breakfast the next morning, she started singing and tapping her feet as she served hot yellow grits. The brothers knew she was waiting for them to talk with their father. They weren't ready. Then one evening, Reverend Knight noticed me chewing on a torn up, worn out shoe. All right. So I chew one every once in a while. What are you going to do, arrest me? I have to act like a dog sometimes just to make you people feel normal. Anyway, Reverend looked and saw another chewed shoe by my foot and another by my tail. He followed the trail to the old pantry, opened the door, and there he saw the torn up shoes piled high, almost to the ceiling. Whew. Well, how was I supposed to know? I'm just the dog. You people. That's right. Always blaming it on the dog. We lead such a hard life. When Sunday and the brothers returned home from the movies, Reverend Knight was pacing back and forth in front of all those shoes. Sunday stared at the brothers, but they didn't say a word. So she stepped forward. Reverend, please don't blame the boys for keeping secrets from you. It's all my fault. I'll pack my things and leave tomorrow. But may I say one thing? He nodded. You have done a fine job raising your sons. But the truth is, they don't believe you really want to know how they feel. Why they do. Reverend Knight interrupted her. Thank you, Miss Sunday. I know my boys. Of course you do, Sunday. Goodbye, Reverend. Bye, Felicia. Okay, here's another opportunity to make a prediction. Is Sunday gone forever, or will she be back? Real quick, before we start reading, think about it and jot your answer down. Maybe you can say it out loud, or you can type it in the comments. Will she be back, or is she gone for good? The next day, with tears in their eyes, the brothers said goodbye to Sunday. Oh, man. She kissed each one, and with her suitcase in hand, she left for the bus station. As soon as church was out, the boys rushed to their father. They told the whole story, how they loved to dance and sneaked out to the big band ballroom, but were afraid he wouldn't approve, and how Sunday had only tried to give them time to face their father. Reverend hugged his sons and asked, "Can you forgive me for keeping something from you?" The brothers looked puzzled. Huh? Reverend Knight said, "I used to be the best dancer at the sock hops. Now we better hurry and try to get Sunday back." Sunday was just getting ready to board the bus when Reverend Knight had a breath, knelt down in the middle of the street. "Sunday, will you dance with me?" He told her how sorry he was and how she needed to come back home so they could be a family. The brothers surrounded her. She had to say yes. Sunday and Reverend were married and had a reception at the Big Band Ballroom. What a party it was. Ooh, okay. Oh, and they lived happily ever after. Except me. Treated me like a dog. Put me outside because somebody went and gave them a cat. I'm telling you, you just can't trust people. The end. I hope that you enjoyed bedtime stories with me. I enjoyed coming and being a guest with Burst Into Books. If you are a parent and you're looking for some additional family activities, you can try one of these. You can have a bedtime dance battle, seeing as though the brothers of the night love to dance, and so did their father. Maybe you can figure out who has the best moves in your family. Another option is you can make space for family conversation. One of the things that was mentioned was that the boys were sneaking and doing things behind their father's back. And it was later revealed that they didn't feel like they could tell him anything, or they felt like it would ruin his image, or that he wouldn't want to know. But make space in your home to figure out what are some things you'd like to know about your child that they haven't shared with you, maybe because they're uncomfortable. Think about those things, and then what are some things that you can share about yourself that they don't know? And I live next to a metro, so sorry. And then there's a writing prompt, but I don't want to overlook that conversation piece. Have the conversation with your kids. Make space, turn off electronics, and just talk with them and make some unbiased, non-judgmental space to have your kids share what they like, what they don't like, who they are with you. There's also an opportunity for a writing prompt. Maybe you all could even write or share out, if I were invisible for a day, I would, and then you just go for broke. Just write and talk about what you would do if you were invisible like Sunday. Another option is you can draw it out. Draw your favorite part of the story. What was something that you really enjoyed? You can even recreate the story. What is something that you would add to the story to add your own little flavor? And then lastly, you can retell the story to someone in your own words. I hope you enjoyed. I truly enjoyed myself. Have a great evening. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for listening.